And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make an adorable tote bag that would make a great gift, or something for yourself that would be great and totally usable. And we're going to make some beautiful rolled rosette drop cloth flowers to put on it using this gray canvas stack fabric that I've had kicking around forever. We're going to use this beautiful stencil, and I'm going to talk a little bit about sharing your faith just in your everyday activities. And this is a verse from the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 14, that says, "Perhaps you were created for such a time as this." I'm going to use gray ink. I've got a whole gray theme going here, but this is a super easy project, and I think you're going to love it. And I will have made two when I'm all finished with it, and I will be giving those away later this week if you're watching live. So let's start at the beginning. And the first thing I want to tell you is that this is my Bible study tote bag that I made, I think, close to 2 years ago. It's the same tote bag that we'll be working on. It has held up so well and is so great that I totally recommend these little bags, and they're like $10 a piece. So I have two of them here. When they come, they're going to be a complete wrinkled mess because they're all packaged in this little thing. So a quick iron with a little bit of water is going to make them nice. And they'll be ironed a second time when we heat set them. So I've got one all ready to go here. We may also use a little bit of some gray ribbon. And I am going to show you how to make rolled rosettes. So if you haven't ever seen that before, they are so fun and so easy. And they're great if you're a messy crafter. Okay, let me move this one out of my way just a little bit. We'll come back to that one. And let's start with this one. Okay, this comes from MagnoliaDIY.com. So does this beautiful stencil. And you guys, they have a ton of fabulous verse and Bible verse and faith stencils. That is what initially drew me to this company and made me know that I wanted to become a creator with them and to be able to use their awesome faith stencils in my crafting projects. Okay, I just took it off the backing sheet, and I've used this stencil at least 10 times. It looks a little cruddy. They do get stained over time, but it still works just fine, and it has a good amount of stick left. Okay, and I'm going to place this roughly in the center and press it down good. And then we're going to be using this gray ink, which is called Gray Owl, also from MagnoliaDIY.com. You want ink. You cannot do this project with chalk paste or with paint. Let me tell you why. Hang on. Okay, if you use paint, acrylic paint, craft paint, chalk paint, that Waverly paint that I love so much, any kind of paint, milk paint, latex paint, it quickly clogs up the holes in your mesh stencil, so you can't use them very many times. So it's a big no. No paint. Chalk paste, which is not the same as chalk paint, is a great thing for hard surfaces, but it's not permanent. So suppose you gave somebody this, or you had this stylish bag with a design on it in chalk paste. If the side of your jacket got wet, or if it was super humid, or if you laid it down on a white sofa, you could end up with the chalk paste coming off all over everything and just being a big smudgy mess. So I do not recommend, and there's really no way to make chalk paste permanent. What am I feeling? So you need ink, okay? And I am just going to give my ink a little stir. Put some blobs on here. I'm going with gray today, but you could do whatever colors or a mix of colors appeal to you. It's totally totally up to you. I'm wanting to use this gray canvas deck for our flowers, so that's why I opted to do this. So I've just put some blobs on here. My stencil's pushed down good. I'm going to pull this ink across the surface of my mesh stencil, and it'll be pushed basically through the holes in the stencil, in the design. And then I'm going to stop. Once you get it on, you want to pull off the big globs. You can tell what a messy crafter I am by how disorganized my application is. I mean, people who are super organized and super neat crafters, they put this on like all going one direction. Not me. Anyways, okay, so I've got it on, and now I'm just lifting up the big globs, putting them back in my pot because I don't want to waste them. This is awesome stuff. Okay, let me throw this in my tub of water. And I'm going to put my lid right back on my ink. You know, as usual, I forgot. I'm so excited about this project, I forgot to say any of my normal stuff. Let me know you're here. Feel free to ask questions. I would love it if you sprinkle. If you want a link to any of this good stuff, just say complete supply list or supplies or list or link or something like that, and I'll know. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up, and it looks great. Okay, this is going face down in this tub of water. Until I can get out to my kitchen, and then I'll spray it off. I may use my stencil cleaning sponge and a little dish soap to clean the front of it. And then I'll lay it with the sticky side up on the counter to dry. Okay, this is going to take a couple of hours. And let me say this. Normally I would have put something in between the front of the bag and the back of the bag. But I've used these bags so much. I know how tightly woven they are. And I was not worried about it bleeding from the front to the back. But if you are, you can use a piece of wax paper, a paper towel, the inking mat, anything like that. Okay, so this will take a couple of hours to dry. And I have already done one, which is dry and ready to go. And I'm going to show you how to heat set it to make it 100% permanent, and so it will never smudge off on anything or make a mess. So this project is pretty easy, I would say, and depending on what colors and what faith stencil you might choose, it could be completely unique. And I think this would make a great gift item. Like maybe you're in a ladies community group or a Bible study, and you want to make these bags with a faith thought or a verse on them. You can make a bag the bags themselves are like $10, and then one use of a stencil and some ink and some little doodads, just a couple dollars more, and they're handmade by you. I think it's a great thing to do, a great little gift. And the other thing is, this is a really easy way to just share the gospel, to share your faith, to let people know that you are a believer. So these would be great for the grocery store, for your groceries, for the gym. It's a great car bag to put whatever you need if you're out and about. They're just great, and they hold up so nicely. And the other one that I showed you earlier, I'm going to dig out the video, this one, because I did this ombre effect with 3 colors. It's just one blue ink that I diluted in different amounts, and I did the front and the back. I love this bag. So I'll dig out the video for that, and I'll put it here in the comments. Or you can just let me know that you want the blue bag video. Okay, So I turned my iron onto basically cotton. This bag is cotton. And I'm going to use a piece of parchment paper in between my iron and the ink in the bag, just to protect my iron. And I'm just going to kind of go over it like this. Oh wait, it's not heating up. What is going on? I have dropped my iron like 10 times too many. Or my extension cord isn't happy, one or the other. I do want to heat set this before I glue our flowers on there, so stay with me because next up is going to be rolled rosettes. And these are really fun. Hey Lori, I am doing great today. I see Oklahoma's in the house. Carol, I will get you the blue bag video just as soon as I'm finished. I'll probably send you the YouTube link to it because they're easier to find on my YouTube channel than on my Facebook page. But it's exactly the same video. I did that at the start of a Bible study season, I think, right? I don't remember, a year and a half, 2 years ago. I seriously need to either get a different extension cord or get a different iron. Okay, so this is all there is to heat setting. If you thought you were going to need to wash it in the washing machine, I would flip it inside out and do the inside of it too. No steam. How much is it to become a Magnolia designer? That's a great question, Kathy. They have 2 starter kits, and I'll get you some more information, but they have 2, they call them enrollment kits. One is $69 and one is $99, and they have about double or more than that in products in them. And then there's a $10.99 monthly website fee. That's it. No quotas. You get a really sweet discount, which is nice. No matter how much you buy, you can even get that discount on Craft Club. So it's 35%. And it's fun to be part of this community. So if you or anyone else is thinking about this, just let me know and I'll get you all the info. And of course, I'd love to have you join Magnolia if you're going to do that as a creator on my team. We call them creators. I know other companies call them consultants or designers. Anyways, what paper am I using over the back? This, well, Kathy, I'd love to have you come. Let's talk later. Okay, this is parchment paper. This is one of my favorite Dollar Tree finds. And whenever I find it there, it's $1.25. I usually will stock up. I'll get 2 or 3. It's this little pop-up parchment paper that has 25 sheets. And it just pops up. It's all cut and everything. And I'm just getting this nice and good heat set. I am frugal, so I have a basket of paper towels that are not destroyed, but I can use again. I also have a basket that has pieces of parchment paper that I can paint on. So I don't throw it away after 1 or 2 uses unless it's really yucky. Okay, I'm thinking that is pretty good. And the reason why you would not wash this particular tote bag is because we're going to put rosettes on it and they would fall apart in the washing machine. Oopsie. They would totally fall apart in the washing machine. Okay, let me move this out of my way. Okay, next up, the flowers. And then we'll come back to that bag, and I'm seriously thinking about putting a trim of some sort, a ribbon of some sort, around the tummy of it. Really easy. And just so you know, I'm using my Bonder quick shot, cool shot, sorry, low temperature hot gluing device. I'm using regular hot glue for this project. This bag is not going to be washed. It's really only when you're making something that will be washed in the washing machine that you need to use the specific hot glue sticks. And those are a little bit more expensive. So that's the story. But you could also use this good stuff, which I've been using a lot lately. And we may use a little bit of E6000. Or maybe you have another kind of fabric glue that you like. Okay, so I've had this piece of canvas duck that is gray for a very long time. I'm pretty sure I bought it at Hobby Lobby. It's not very thick. It wouldn't work for a lot of the projects that I like to do because it doesn't have a lot of sturdiness to it, but it's perfect for rolled rosettes. So what you're going to do to make a rolled rosette is you're just going to take one end of it and cut a little strip. And they can be as wide or as narrow as you want. This one right here is 1.5 inches wide. And then I'm just going to tear it. Oh, I'm going to need that again. Why did I throw it over there? And then I'm going to pull some of these strings off that just naturally happen. I like the distressed look of these. Some of these need to just be trimmed just a smidge. So this flower I'm going to show you is really great if you are a messy crafter. Gosh, I see lots of people on. Thank you for watching. Let me get some more. I'm going to get a little bit wider piece because we're going to make some petals. So this rolled rosette that we're going to be doing is going to have a rolled rosette plus some petals on it, and we'll be attaching it to this bag, and then we'll do the ribbon. It's going to be really cute. Okay. This was a little bit wider. So I'm going to cut a square. Cut off that end. I'm cutting a square that will become a circle that we'll be doing our rolled rosette on. And let's do that first. And honestly, it's easier to just cut it into a circle after, okay? This is where you really want a low temperature hot gluing device. Lori, I can get you a replay of this video so you can go back to the start later. I'll put that in the comments. Yes, the sunflower stencil is still available, and actually, I'm answering Fontella's question. I just washed my sweatshirt, my $12.88 Walmart sweatshirt that I made with that, and it washed up great. So I'll show those in the next day or two. Okay, rolled rosettes are usually made, or I usually make them with strips of some kind of fabric. And they start with a knot at one end, and then you're going to trim up the ends of it. Okay, and then you're just going to glue that knot to the center. I usually use a piece of the same fabric. So, not difficult. Then the motion is going to be to twirl and twist it around, and sometimes this fabric is going to get kind of all bunched up. Sometimes you'll see the shagginess of it. Sometimes you won't. That's what makes these so interesting. Okay. So I'm going to put a bead of glue like right around this start, and I'm going to twirl and twist and wind this long tail around and push it into that glue. And we'll do the same thing. I like to do these pretty tight, so I will usually push the tail as I'm twisting and twirling it as close to the center as possible. So I'm just kind of twirling it around and twisting it around the center. And look how nice that's looking already. Can you believe that? Tell me in the comments if you've made rolled rosettes before. This is a project that I have done different rolled rosettes for different things for 5 years. And they are so fun. And like I said, if you're messy like me, these are perfect. Perfect, perfect, easy, easy to do. So let's go just a little bit further. You can do them all different sizes, and how you would control the sizes, how many times you go around the center, and also how wide your strip is. Okay, so let's say that's good. I'll cut this off, we'll trim it up in just a second. And I'm going to cut this square off going around my flower. I'm looking to see, are there any edges that need to be glued down a little better? I don't see any. And this part does not have to be perfect. You're going to see that my rolled rosette here is not a circle in just a minute. Not even close. That's what the shape is. Yeah, it can come out like a rosebud, Lori. It just takes a little practice, and there's no perfect messy rolled rosette. Really, there isn't. Okay, so this is the start of what we will be putting on our little bag here. But I wanted to do something a little more besides just the center. So we are going to make some petals, and how you do that is easy. I'm going to do 6 petals. Okay, so I'm just going to take this strip, I'm going to cut them all at the same time, and I'm going to fold it back and forth. And this canvas drop cloth is thin enough that you can cut through all these layers easily. So I've just done like an accordion fold, and now I have 6 pieces. So let's cut off this, and then I'm just randomly cutting the shape of a petal. These flowers are going to fray as the bag is being used, and I think that makes it look really nice. All right, now let's take a little piece and do a circle, because we're going to glue it on the circle. And for this instance, I am going to try to cut a circle. Or an ovalish something. Okay, that will work. All right, and then I'm just going to start gluing my petals on. You want to be thinking about your spacing. If you end up and there's a big space, you can always cut one more petal. the amount of petals does not matter at all. And this part is messy too. Okay, so there are three petals on my center circle. If you had a sturdier or a stiffer canvas, this flower would be nice too. It would have more, I don't know, it would be less floppy. But this does not look bad. Okay. Looks like I really could have used one more petal, but we're going to make this work. That's what it looks like. Here's the other side. And you can do the rolled rosette on either side of this. Here is one that I made earlier. Isn't that cute? So, let's just use this one on here. These are not both the same size, which does not matter. Okay, we need to make one more. So, let's get a piece for our rolled rosette, and let's tie the knot. These rolled rosettes, you can do this with ribbon, with lace, but they always start the same, with a knot. It's going to be the center of your little flower. And then I'm going to cut that tail off. And then I'm going to put a dot of glue in the center and stick my little knot into it. What do you guys think? So tell me, I guess I asked this, but then I didn't pay attention. Tell me if you've made rolled rosettes before, and did you like it? Was it fun? I know one person said it looked more like a rosebud, but that's fine. Okay, so we're going to twist and twirl and wrap it around the center. You can use all different widths of your strip to roll around the centerpiece. Melissa, you must have missed my notification because I think I sent it. At least I typed it up and clicked the send. I don't always remember. Especially when I'm super excited about what we're going to be doing. Okay, so see, that's taking shape. And I'm just kind of twirling and twisting and rolling it around the center. Let's go just a little bit further. Okay, and they almost never end up circular. Just a little, I think. That's good. So let me cut this tail off. We'll end up trimming it up. And then I'm going to cut around it, but first I'm going to look, are there any spots where it doesn't look like it was pushed into the glue? I don't see any. Let's trim up this little tail and rough it up a little bit. Glue it down. So people have told me over the last 5 years that these flowers and my pulled string burlap flowers are addicting. And they really are. This is a pulled string burlap flower. This comes from that 5.5-inch wide burlap ribbon. I get mine at Walmart in the floral section. That's one. And here's like a typical rolled rosette made out of canvas duck, like what I use for nearly every project. But they told me that they can't stop making them. It is a pretty quick, instant gratification, and they do look pretty fabulous. Okay, I made this before I came live, so we'd be ready to go. I will worry about the glue strings later. So I have 3 of these little rolled rosettes with petals. And the bag is all heat set. You do want to heat set it before you glue any of this stuff on. And this is what it looks like. Oh my gosh, there are so many beautiful faith stencils. Like I said at the beginning of this video, when I first looked at this company, I saw how many faith stencils they were, and I was moved to get involved. And now they just keep coming up with more and more and more. And I love crafting, but crafting can be so meaningful when you're doing it with a Bible verse, you know, or that kind of thing, I think. So there's 3 little flowers here. And these are going to be kind of big, but that's okay. They're going to be adorable. So I want to make sure that these don't ever pop off, which they probably won't. But I'm going to use a teeny bit of E6000. I'm just going to put on this paper plate. And I'll just use a paintbrush. But then the rest of it will be this low temperature hot glue. And I'm not using the fabric glue. I am just using the basic hot gluing stuff for this brand of low temperature gluing device, because this project is not going to, it's not going to be washed in the washing machine. So, and I'm almost out of those kind of glue sticks. Okay, so I put some of the E6000 in the very center. And I'm going to come back and we'll work with the petals in just a minute. Oh, these are so cute. Okay, let's do a little bit on this one. Just in the center. Just gives it a little extra long-term stickability. So I am going to be giving these 2 bags away. I will finish the other one once it's dry and I can heat set it. And I'll tell you about that tomorrow afternoon. I'm just going to do one of those giveaways with a whole bunch of other stuff. Things I've made and then crafting supplies. Just one of those basic ones where I ask you to give me your opinion. No purchase required for this one. I try to switch those up all the time. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. And I think the little flowers on here give the bag a ton of personality. So let's tack a few of the petals down and then we'll do a little ribbon trim. I'm just going to use hot glue for this. And just a teeny bit. And then I'll get either my heating device or my blow dryer out this afternoon to melt all of these obnoxious glue strings that will be everywhere. So I'm just putting a teeny little dot on the back of each petal and then pushing that petal down. That's just to keep the petals from flip-flapping all over the place. Oh my gosh, I was kind of afraid that this would look bland because I did everything basically in the same color. I think it looks sharp. I like a more monochromatic project. It looks, to me, it looks more ladyish than kiddish, if that makes sense. Okay, and I was thinking, I want your opinion, please, whether I want to do this ribbon around here. There's the front of it. Ooh, that is pretty sharp. Or if I just want to do some of this grosgrain in gray from Dollar Tree. Okay, let's have a vote. I'll lay this down so that you can sort of see it. Tell me dots, it kind of has dots on the edge, or plain. And I'll count the first 5 answers. Okay, or you can say first one. First one is the one with the dots. So I see 1 vote for first one. I see another vote for the first one. That's 2. 3, another vote for the first one. Heather says dots, that's 4 votes to 0. 5, okay, well every single person voted for that, so that's and lots of you are still telling me what your opinions are, so that is great. All right, I am going to, let me think about where do I want to start. I don't want to start it on the front of this. I'm going to start it kind of towards the side on the back. And I want to make sure I have the right side up. Okay, let's make a little hem on this. I'm just using this hot glue for this part. But again, you could use fabric fuse, you could use E6000 or whatever your favorite fabric glue is. Okay, so I'm going to try to run this centered. And this bag is going to hold up great. Oh, I see a couple votes for plain, but it's too late. I've already started gluing. This bag is going to hold up great, but it's not going to ever be something that you would wash in the washing machine because the rosettes on the front would not make it. They would completely string out themselves and, you know, just disintegrate. So that's why I'm not using this special Cool Shot Surebonder fabric glue sticks. That's the reason. And also I'm frugal, and that stuff is more expensive. The lights are not really showing up. I don't know what that means. And I have all 3 of my lights on. Let me scooch back a little bit. And up. I'm just hot gluing this. And of course I will, when I'm all finished, I'll do what I always do. I'll get pictures And I'll put the pictures here. I will also put them separately on DiyDreaming. Ooh, it looks like I'm going to tip over. It's kind of dark. I don't know. I have my overhead light with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bulbs. I have 1, 2, 3 lamps. I have 2 big square box lamps, and I have my ring light on. So I'm sorry. It's a gray and kind of dark day in Georgia. It's raining and yucky out. I'm pretty good about the crafting. The technology part is a challenge for me. I wish I had a professional photographer. Or you know what I really wish? So if you know somebody that does this, I wish I could purchase a professional set of lights for my craft room that aren't so hokey as what I have, because mine are sitting on stands on the other side of this desk and here at the end of my desk, and they're not very, I don't know, they're not very fancy. I'm just doing the best I can. Okay, a couple people said it looks fine, so I don't know, maybe it's dark on the bottom. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know that there's anything that I can do about that, but maybe you can turn on your phone or whatever you're watching this on, turn the brightness up and watch it on replay, and maybe it'll be easier. Yeah, Marilyn says perhaps it's their light. I don't know. I struggle with this whole technology. Oops. I love crafting. The camera is angled down as far as it can go without tipping itself over, because it's on this tall little tripod, and if I tip it over any further, then it's not balanced and it comes crashing down on itself. Sorry. Okay, let's see, how much more are we going to need? Roughly about this much. Let's keep going. We could put that on the straps too, but I think it's plenty special, and sometimes the trick for a really great project is to stop before you over decorate something. Let me tell you this funny story. So I made this adorable front door hanger for my son and daughter-in-law. They're in there, they're like 26 and 27. And I put this gigantic bow on the top of it. It said, "Hey Boo." And then it had these little ghosts, and it was a big white round. Well, we went to their house the other day, and sure enough, the "Hey Boo," the sign was out, but the big bow was gone. And I think that's just, it was over decorated. It had too many, I mean, it was plenty cute already. It didn't really need that. So, anyways, I'm almost finished here, and then I will show you. Let's get this other side glued down really good. And I kind of need to hem this one. You could do this part of this project with a needle and thread or with a sewing machine also. But I know that a lot of people don't have access to a sewing machine. And so I just try to do things with a gluing device as much as possible. Oh my gosh, and I see these younger crafters that do all this fancy technology stuff. I'm like, oh, Lord. I'm challenged just doing what I'm doing, so I'm just going to say this is good, and you know, I'm doing the best I can. Okay, so here is the bag. And it is absolutely adorable if you ask me. I would love to receive this. I think that would be awesome. Isn't it cute? It's beautiful. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let that other one dry fully for probably another hour, hour and a half. I will heat set it with a hot iron. Then I'll get busy making some more of these rosettes with petals, because I'm going to do it the same as this. This is just way too cute. I'll make sure that there's no areas here that really need a little more glue to tack them down. Get rid of the glue strings. And then tomorrow later in the afternoon, I'll give you all the scoops about what the requirements are to get your name in my drawing for 2 big blessing boxes. No purchase required. I'm just asking for you to do something that helps me, which is to give me your honest opinion about something. That way I know what to focus on. I know what you guys want to see. So be watching tomorrow afternoon for all those details. Oh, Sharon, that's such a cute emoji. Thank you. You can make these flowers with ribbons. Yes, you can make them with lace. You can make them with printed fabric. You can make them with all kinds of different things. And these bags are super nice. So in case you missed the beginning, this is my Bible study bag of 2 years. What does it have in it? Well, right now it has my crumpled name tag. My book is on the coffee table because I have a little homework to do before Wednesday. Anyways, I did an ombre effect with blue ink, also from Magnolia, where I just painted it on, and I started at the bottom with it darker, and then I diluted it and diluted it more. Let that dry, heat set it, and then I used this beautiful stencil. Oh my gosh, I thought about doing this one today, but these flowers are too small, and I wanted to do the flower thing. It says, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." Psalm 119, verse 105. So, let me know if you want the complete list. I've been working on it, of all of the faith and Bible verse stencils. So you can just go click, okay, click, 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 and see them easily. You don't have to hunt anything down. Say either you want the supply list or you want the Bible verse list. And either way, I'll send that to you. I'll also get you a replay of this in case you hopped in at the middle. So you can easily click on that and it'll take you back to the beginning of this video and you can watch from the start. You're not brave enough to do the ombre look yet. Mine looks amazing, thank you. I mean, it's not perfect. It's really not. And that was kind of bugging me. I'll show you one example. Like I had a blob that fell on it. I have that happen sometimes, and there's nothing I could do about it. But, I mean, this is not made by a machine. It was made by a human. So, I'll get you the sunflower stencil link too. That is so cute. Yeah, I see lots of people asking for the Bible verse list, so I'll get you that. I'm 99% sure that I have all of them on this long list, and there's a ton. Norma, I will get you the replay. All right, well, be looking for me tomorrow afternoon for the details, and I've been pulling out ribbon and wood pieces, and I have 3 or 4 of my craft projects to go in each box. Because you guys have been saying that that's what you want, so I'm going to start doing that from now on. I usually make 2 of every craft, and for the most part, unless they're specifically for my house, I'm going to start including them in my blessing boxes. Alrighty, thanks so much for watching. I hope that you have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys soon.